It's the first day of the ANC's National Elective Conference, where new leaders of the NEC's top six will be nominated today, at least. That's according to the official program, which we understand has been adopted. Over the weekend will be the process of voting for those delegates. And as this is continuing, so much is happening in Nasrec at this hour at least. Events have been delayed. President Cyril Ramaphosa, according to the official program, was meant to give the political report at about 9:15 to last until midday, which would be some close to 3 hours. There's also members of the MKMVA, which Govan Whittle's Newzroom Afrika's reporter has been speaking to, including Ace Magashule, whom said he doesn't want to be the nectar that attracts the bees, if you will. Delegates will then decide if they raise him from the floor. But also the former president, Jacob Zuma, we understand, is litigating against the sitting president, something that Zizi Kodwa has slightly condemned, saying that the former president, the party looks up to him and the likes of Thabo Mbeki for wisdom, and that he should do for the sitting president what the party did for him through turbulent times. With all of this happening, what does it mean for the party's brand, not only in the eyes of the delegates who will be tasked with choosing leaders, but the eyes of the public who will be tasked with choosing whether they will or not the ANC in 2024. To help us understand, we're joined by Solly Moeng, and he is a brand strategist. Solly, good afternoon. Always good to see you. I'd like for us maybe to start with this moment, right, where last night at the gala dinner, President Cyril Ramaphosa went about looking for the former president to give him his due and to acknowledge him for attending that gala dinner in spite of what he knew.
Well, Ramaphosa had what to do. Ramaphosa can be a gentleman, a charmer in that way, but he knows that, he's very much able to present a calm ocean when he knows that below the ocean the waters are raging. He knows that Zuma and his friends, so those who have coalesced around him, are not going to let go until they get what they want. But he also knows that he has to continue being the president of what he tries, but he doesn't really succeed, does he? I think the only thing that's working for him is the power of incumbency.
Let's just remind our viewers, for the purpose of somebody who did not catch this moment last night. Take a look, listen at this.
I haven't seen former President Jacob Zuma. I heard he would be here. If he is, I extend my greetings to Comrade Jacob Zuma, Comrade Motlanthe.
So that happened at the ANC's gala dinner last night. But today, the party's outgoing spokesperson, Pulemabe Solly, speaking about the special NEC sitting yesterday, which took a look at matters of public interest, or what he termed as public interest. In particular, those members of parliament who are also members of the ANC who voted to adopt the Section 89 independent panel report. They will not be facing disciplinary action, for now at least, because that will be the job, if they take it up, of the incoming NEC, for the mantra of renewal and rebranding the ANC, if you will, as this organization that is upright. What do you perceive then this means?
Well, first of all, the ANC is still battling between whether the ANC comes first or South Africa comes first. We don't know who's going to be in the final, list of the new NEC, what the attitude is going to be. Is it going to be split again? Is it going to be a lot more skewed towards Ramaphosa's idea of the ANC? And what does it mean? But Ramaphosa has made it clear in the past that he wants to keep the ANC together. But keeping the ANC together means keeping two snakes which are forever at each other's throats together. He's never going to be ahead of 2024 with an ANC that is united, especially when it comes to the ANC for the ANC, there's the ANC for South Africa. South Africa and the world of investors and other people want to see some kind of coherence in policy making, political policies and economic policies. And while these extremes within the ANC are still pitted against each other, it's going to be impossible for them to start sending cohesive, clear messages towards South Africa, the rest of South Africa, and the world. So it's going to be the same of the same. These people who decided to vote for the report, obviously they are not the best friends of Ramaphosa, but Ramaphosa is not one to shout at people in public. You know, if he wants to go at them, he's going to do them pretty much like the cat does. David Mabuza, he'll make sure that they get out of the system, but he won't do it directly himself. He'll let the system work them out.
Speaking of cohesive, clear messages, what message is the former president sending to not only the sitting public, but to you and I? What should we read into this moment outside of the timing? I mean, Zizi Kodwa, speaking to journalists this morning, told Newzroom Afrika that the party expects the former president as an elder whom they look up to for wisdom to rally behind the sitting president, to give him space to sort of do what he needs to do and to lead, just like they rallied behind him during his troubles.
Yeah, it's a big problem. You see, the things, I mean, it's very hard to decide when he's having this conversation, whether it's doing one does so from the perspective of South Africa or from the perspective of the ANC. For the ANC to say they're looking for wisdom from Zuma after what Zuma did to South Africa is hugely problematic for me. If they're looking for wisdom, it's wisdom as defined by the African National Congress. There's no wisdom in Jacob Zuma, please, not for South Africa at least. So Ramaphosa wants to continue charming Zuma and the people around Zuma to be a bit more calm. Of course, now we had Uwenzenu Zuma before. We're going to hear Uwenzenu or Ramaphosa. That's what we're hearing now. It's his turn, right? The ANC has to coalesce around him. But I think at the core of it all, we still need to see what it really does mean for South Africa. What does Ramaphosa aim to achieve for the country? But for now, it's a political survival. And after that, we'll see if he acts for South Africa. Zuma, I'm also interested to see what the Zuma people are demanding over the Ramaphosa people. What is it that would satisfy Zuma, Mahashule, and all those other people to say, okay, fine, let's keep quiet and give this man a chance? Because but the fact that they're continuing to make noise means that they haven't received from him the kind of assurances. Perhaps maybe one of them could be throw the Zondo Commission into the report into the bin or sit on it forever. Maybe I would imagine them demanding that. But is it the main demand from them? What is it that would make them say, fine, we're going to keep quiet and support you? Clearly, they haven't received it.
And then there are South Africans who are asking Senze Nitina as a country, right? Because right now we're on stage 6, load shedding. There are people who have been heavily impacted by the recent rains in the country, forecasters warning that this weekend will be no different. And then you have leaders who are locking horns and vying for positions. And so what would you say to a South African that says, well, Senze Nigetina, because it would seem as the elephants fight, who then gets impacted?
I think the rest of South Africa should wake up to the fact that it can't forever be held to this political Ponzi scheme that is being run by the African National Congress. We can't reasonably expect that the solutions to the problems facing South Africa will come out of the ANC. It's not going to happen. It's been almost 30 years now. South Africans need to find other ways to organize themselves, to free South Africa again like they've done it before. They should now free it from African National Congress and organize this. We should get together and say, okay, what kind of country do you want? What is acceptable? What is not acceptable? How do we reorganize ourselves in a way that's different from what we currently have? But that's not going to happen while the ANC continues to keep its knee pressed on the neck of South Africa. We can't constantly really expect the ANC to be the source of the solutions we need to help South Africa stand up again.
Solly Moeng is a brand strategist. Thank you. Let's take a quick